I bet we can all relate to this. You looked out your window and you thought to yourself, "Gummit, I am done being the ugliest lawn on the block." You don't have to be the best, you just don't want to be the worst. And this is the year you're going to make that happen. I've got good news for you. It's really not all that hard. But I got a warning for you too. Most of what you see online is a complete lie. So I hope I caught you in time before you fall for any of it. By the way, I'm Travis, and I've been following the truth and falling for lies in my own lawn for almost a decade. I share the good and bad with you here on Budget Lawns so you can have a nicer, affordable lawn faster. In this video, we're going to tear apart 5 lawn care facts from fiction that most homeowners don't know about grass. Specific details pertaining to your lawn don't mean a darn thing until you know all this first. Tall tale number 1. You have to do a soil test before you do anything else. I've been saying the opposite of that since I started Budget Lawns, and trust me, I have been heavily ridiculed for it. However, the peanut gallery has shrunk thanks to the YouTube channel Turfgrass Epistemology. If you don't believe me, go follow him for a deep dive into the research for how we know what we do about turfgrass. We'll get into soil tests in a little bit more detail here in just a bit, but we don't have time for all of that right now. Just know that you don't have to do one to begin your lawn transformation. Okay, on to lie number 2. Your soil is the problem. Specialty amendments will fix that. How many times have you heard this? You got to get your soil right first. To me, that sounds like a sales pitch. That's because it is. Why would you spend money on products for your lawn when you're not even doing the basics of mowing, watering, fertilizing, and controlling weeds to begin with? How about we start there and watch how drastically our lawn improves before we attribute any success to some snake oils that had nothing to do with it? The single most important thing you can do for your grass is mowing, and that's a fact. Now, I'm not talking about once every 2 weeks or even once a week. I'm screaming out loud. Twice a week at a minimum. When you start mowing more often, you'll quickly notice thicker grass and less weeds, among many other benefits. That's another topic for another time. So give me a simple like and share if you want to be part of it. Here's where the mowing lie comes in though. You're mowing too high or too low. Now, if someone tells you that before they ask you your grass type, ignore them. There's a good chance they're wrong. I've lost count of how many times I've seen comments telling bermudagrass lawn owners that they're mowing too low. I doubt that's the case when it likes to be mowed around an inch or even less. But I get how they would think that if they're used to mowing their fescue at around 4 inches. With the exception of St. Augustine, warm season grasses typically perform better when they're mowed low, while cool season grasses do so when mowed a bit higher. Your turf type determines your mow height, so begin there, not with a soil test. All right, circling back to soil tests to uncover some more fiction, like something I used to preach. Apply a balanced fertilizer. Discussing this will help reinforce that lies 1 and 2 are indeed lies. Because I know what some of you are thinking. If you don't do a soil test, then how do you know what fertilizer ratio of nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium to apply? That kind of makes sense, a valid question, I suppose. That is, again, until I started learning more from turfgrass epistemology. I completely changed my management practices for fertilization. I stopped applying balanced fertilizers and biosolids like malorganite that contain phosphorus. Look, before we go any further, I want to make it clear that I'm not trying to put words into turfgrass epistemology's mouth. I'm simply sharing my takeaways from his channel, from the things that I've learned. And I learned from him and other resources like my extension office to better improve my approach to lawn care and be more responsible in the things I say online. Now, you're free to choose whoever you like. These are just the resources that I appreciate and respect their style of education. All right, back to where we were. He explains that the primary nutrient our grass regularly needs is nitrogen. It's highly unlikely that we have a phosphorus or potassium deficiency, and only when we see signs of such should we apply those to our lawn. After making the switch to nitrogen only, I saw no decline in the overall appearance or health of my grass as long as I applied when needed. It's really easy to say that your lawn looks great because of the plethora of products you throw at it if you don't scale it back to the bare minimum. We can often fall into the trap of thinking more is more if we never try the old philosophy, less is more. That's where another lie comes in when it comes to watering. And I have to admit, I've been guilty of spreading this one too, but not no more. I'll give you one guess where I learned the truth about this one. You should irrigate your lawn deep and infrequently. That's not the lie. The lie is in the why. So your lawn will dry out and the roots will dig deeper for water. Nope, that ain't why. What's really happening when the soil dries out is the roots are able to breathe. They need air to grow and be healthy, and they can't get it if you're constantly watering and the soil stays soggy. I'm sorry I lied about that for so long. I didn't mean to. I was wrong. I hope you'll forgive me. No, but seriously, though, it's never too late to fix things, I suppose. Oh, and those fertilizer recommendations? Yeah, that was bad, too. I mean, that's what I'm here for. So you can ignore the lies and not be led down the wrong path to doing multiple soil tests per year, wasting money on soil amendments, mowing at the wrong height, applying a balanced fertilizer, or not understanding why we water deep and infrequently. Whew, disaster averted. Thanks for watching. See you next time.